Hello, I am pleased to welcome you to this health lecture. As we age, our body's needs change. So it's important to choose foods that are nutrient-rich yet easily digestible. Here are the top 10 foods that are especially good for seniors. 1. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring. Why important? It's important for older adults to eat fatty fish, including salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, for several reasons. 1. Strengthening blood vessels. Fatty fish contains omega-3 fatty acids, which lower bad cholesterol and help strengthen blood vessels. 5. The potassium found in fish helps to flush excess fluid out of the body, which ultimately lowers blood pressure and reduces or eliminates swelling. 3. Support heart health. The omega-3 acids that are present in fish can prevent the development of cardiovascular disease and even some neoplasms. How to eat. Bake or steam. Frying destroys omega-3s. Canned sardines, mackerel are convenient, but choose without oil and with a minimum of salt. Norm: 2 to 3 servings per week. Caution: consult your doctor if you have gout or are taking anticoagulants. 2. Leafy greens: spinach, kale, chard, parsley. Many nutritionists recommend including leafy greens in the diet of elderly people, as these products are rich sources of calcium, which allows you to strengthen the human skeleton and all the bone tissue. Also useful because there are in the composition of ascorbic acid, which is largely responsible for good immunity and has antioxidant properties. Eye prevents aging. EC content of vitamin E and B. How to eat. Add to soups, omelets, smoothies. Spinach becomes even healthier with heat treatment. Chop finely for better digestion. Caution: vitamin K needs to be monitored when taking warfarin. 3 eggs. Regular consumption of eggs probably helps the elderly retain their mental faculties. According to the portal Naked Science, American researchers believe that eggs in the diet helps people in the age of people to maintain cognitive skills, which many deteriorate over the years. Scientists analyzed the dietary habits and medical data of 900 participants over 55 years old, and more than 500 of them were women. About every 4 years, the participants underwent exams, including cognitive tests. Medics checked their memory, speech, mental flexibility, attention, and more. How to eat. Boiled, poached, or scrambled. Raw eggs are less digestible. Norm: 1 to 2 eggs a day, if there are no problems with cholesterol. Myth: cholesterol from eggs has little effect on blood levels. The main enemies of the heart are trans fats and sugar. 4. Nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, chia seeds. Nuts contain omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and useful substances. Among them, vitamins B, E, A, PP, selenium, zinc, iron, magnesium, and many others. They are recommended to eat them for diseases of the heart and blood vessels, nervous system, gastrointestinal tract, and even diabetes. Nuts are also useful for good brain function, and for older people, such vitamin feeding is especially important. Spanish researchers said that nuts in the diet of elderly people help them longer preserve cognitive function, writes Medvesnik. How to eat. Soak nuts for 2 to 4 hours for better digestion. Grind flax seeds. Whole ones are not digested. Norm: 30 grams per day. A handful. Caution: in case of gallbladder problems, discomfort is possible. 5. Sour milk products. Kefir, natural yogurt, cottage cheese. Older people are often deficient in calcium and protein. Calcium is required for healthy bones, And in its deficiency, there are changes in bone density. Protein deficiency is associated with muscle weakness, muscle volume reduction, and muscle degradation. Dairy products help make up for these deficiencies. How to eat? Choose without sugar and additives. Kefir at night improves intestinal motility. Important. In case of lactose intolerance, Changshu fermented versions, they contain almost none. 6. Berries. Blueberries, cranberries, blackberries, sea buckthorn. Why important? Anthocyanins, blueberries, improve blood flow to the brain. Vitamin C, sea buckthorn, powerful antioxidant. Low glycemic index, safe for diabetes. How to eat? Fresh, frozen, or pureed without sugar. Cranberry morsels prevent urinary tract infections. 7. Whole grains, oatmeal, buckwheat, quinoa, bulgur. It is important for older adults to consume whole grain foods for the following reasons. Content of plant fibers. They have a beneficial effect on intestinal function, stimulating motility and helping to evacuate its contents. This is important for elderly people who mostly lead a sedentary lifestyle and suffer from constipation. The presence of B vitamins. They are needed to support the emotional sphere, immunity, and the speed of biochemical reactions. For example, vitamin B6 takes part in the construction of thyroid hormones. Content of dietary fiber, which normalize blood clotting. They prevent the absorption of glucose and cholesterol in the small intestine, due to which their content in the blood is reduced. How to eat? Porridge on water, tar milk with added nuts and berries. Quinoa is the only grain with a full range of amino acids. Caution. In irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, borderline. 8. Legumes, lentils, chickpeas, mung beans, beans. Why important? Plant protein, 20 to 25 grams per 100 grams, an alternative to meat. Phosphorus and iron, for energy. Beans can help the elderly live longer. An international team of epidemiologists made this discovery by following 785 people over the age of 70 for 7 years. The more beans the old people ate each day, the less likely they were to die during the study period. How to eat? Soak before cooking, reduces gas. Mashed, hummus, cream soup, easier to digest. 9. Avocado. The fruit can be of great benefit to people over 60 years old. Avocados contain monounsaturated fats. These are, for example, the same omega-9 and omega-6 fatty acids found in vegetable oils. Such substances strengthen the cardiovascular, nervous, and immune systems. At the same time, they improve the lipid profile, reduce the risk of atherosclerosis, and have a positive effect on skin and nails. How to eat? In salads, on toast, or just by the spoonful. Cons. High calorie content. Limit if overweight. 10. Pumpkin and carrots. Consumption of pumpkin and carrots is important for seniors for several reasons. Source of vitamins and antioxidants. Carrots and pumpkin are rich in vitamins C, E, and antioxidants that promote health and prevent disease. Fiber content. The fiber found in carrots is valuable for intestinal motor function. Protection against dementia. Studies have shown that eating foods containing lutein and zeaxanthin, these include carrots and pumpkin, reduces the risks of developing senile dementia. How to eat? Baked pumpkin with cinnamon. Carrot juice with a drop of oil for vitamin A absorption. Bonus: water. As we age, the feeling of thirst dulls. Norm: 1.5 to 2 liters per day, if there are no contraindications. Signs of dehydration include dry mouth and dizziness. Before changing your diet, it is better to consult with your doctor. Thank you for your attention. I will be glad to your podrska in the form of likes and comments. See you soon. Bye-bye.